Welcome back, gamers. Today we'll bring you the longest video yet, and it's about Anna. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe.
Hush now. وريهم قوتك.
Anna Amari was exposed to firearms at a very young age. After high school, following the family tradition, she enlisted in the Egyptian army. She ultimately served in the El Saka forces, where she earned a reputation as one of Egypt's most dangerous snipers. During her service, she received a call sign Horus. One time at a coffee shop in Cairo, Anna met a man who would become her husband. Sam English was a Canadian diplomat. They casually dated for years before deciding to settle down in Cairo when Amari discovered she was pregnant. When their daughter Farah reached the age of 6, Egypt came under attack by rogue Omnics during the crisis, just like the rest of the world. In response, many countries started their own unique programs to defend themselves. For example, Germany had Crusaders, while Russia had Sviatogor mechs. Egypt, however, was equipping its best marksmen with cybernetic optics. Anna's cybernetic implants located in her right eye allowed her to hit targets at great distance, even without the use of the scope on her rifle. In collaboration with military powers from all over the world, a special group of agents was created. Anna was one of the founding members of Overwatch. At the beginning, it was just a small group of operatives that were deployed only in the most dire of situations. Captain Anna Amari was third in command, just after Morrison and Reyes. Her colleagues from the Egyptian army were happy for her, however supervisors not so much. Amari's invaluable skills made her an equivalent of 10 snipers, and without her presence, many battles would have been better categorized as tragedies. Anubis AI was concentrating additional forces around the Cairo region to protect itself, so the city experienced heavy fighting and was severely damaged. There she also received her signature Kinemura sniper rifle. She became such a proficient sniper that she started to count her confirmed kills. She took pride in her work and always strived to take her targets out quickly, in a single shot, so they wouldn't have to suffer. During the Omnic Crisis, she took part in many operations, most notably the Great Battle of Rio de Janeiro. As well as somewhere towards the end of the crisis, she took part in the Operation White Dome, during which Torb, Rain, Emre and herself were tasked with eliminating a rogue Omnic cell at the outskirts of Istanbul. Anna, in her after-action report, commended Reinhardt for conspicuous bravery and saving Torbjorn's life. She also took part in the raid on the Temple of Anubis, which resulted in Anubis' shutdown and put an end to the Omnic Crisis. During the battle, Amari's knowledge of the city's layout came in handy. Also, she had a chance to fight alongside her old colleagues from the Egyptian army. Anna, despite her leadership role, has maintained her presence in the field throughout the years. With the Omnic Crisis being over, Overwatch focused more on research, rebuilding the infrastructure and aiding the population. Anna accompanied Angela Ziegler on humanitarian missions in many different countries. Additionally, during that time, she was trying to raise her daughter, Farah. She trained her in martial arts, but probably they didn't have much time for each other because of Anna's occupation. Farah saw her mom's skill and how great she was, so naturally she wanted to follow in her footsteps to make her proud. Farah at some point even asked her mother for a toy rifle, as well as for her permission to join Overwatch when she was old enough. However, Anna firmly refused, probably to not put her daughter in any danger. 7 years ago, Captain Amari also was coordinating ground operations during the King's Row uprising in London. She was giving status updates to the ground team that was sent to handle the situation, which consisted of Reinhardt, Torbjorn, Mercy and Tracer. During her time in Overwatch, Anna also became friends with Gerard Lacroix. He spearheaded Blackout operations against Talon and was a husband of Amélie Lacroix. Anna was concerned when Talon kidnapped Amélie and assassinated Gerard in his sleep, or at least that's what she thought had happened. In the following years, Overwatch carried out many anti-Talon operations worldwide. One of these missions took her to Gdańsk in Poland. Anna was tasked with overlooking an assault squad led by Jack Morrison. Their main objective was to rescue the scientists that Talon has taken hostage and eliminate all hostile threats. Anna swiftly took out all Talon troopers that tried to stop them. Overwatch operatives managed to retrieve the scientists and made their way towards the extraction zone. But suddenly they came under fire by an enemy sniper and suffered some casualties.
Sniper, keep your heads down!
One of the bullets even zipped right next to Anna's head. It looked like Anna had finally encountered a worthy opponent. Perhaps it was that Talon sniper that she had reports about. In any case, she quickly relocated to have a better line of sight. Jack ordered everyone to evacuate immediately, but Anna didn't listen. She dodged the incoming fire and finally took a shot. However, this shot proved to be not fatal. When she saw the shooter's face, she froze. It was no one other than Amélie Lacroix. Anna realized that Emily wasn't kidnapped by Talon, and that she was the one that killed her own husband in cold blood. That brief moment of hesitation was enough for Widowmaker to recover from the impact and take a shot.
Fool!
The bullet went straight through Anna's scope and right into her right cybernetic eye. Sometime later, she woke up in hospital in Poland, but had trouble remembering what happened. At this point, Overwatch was officially disbanded, and everyone thought that Anna was killed in her duel with Widowmaker. There were many dangerous people after her, so for her safety, Dr. Lee hospitalized her under the generic Polish name Janina Kowalska. Anna heard about the downfall of Overwatch and the supposed death of Jack Morrison. Now she had a lot of time to think about her life, and she decided to stay out of this war's conflicts. She also came to regret all the lives she took and sworn to protect the ones she loves. However, despite that, she left everyone in the dark about her survival, even her daughter Farah. She traveled around the world for a little bit and even passed through Junkertown at some point.
Have I seen you before?
It's possible. I've passed through Junkertown once or twice.
You're the one who kicked Rednet in the wicker basket!
He started it.
Anna ended up returning to Cairo. Originally, she planned to live quietly in proximity of her daughter. She has written multiple letters to her, but never got a response. Farah apparently held a grudge against her for pretending to be dead for so long. Despite the fact that the Omnic Crisis ended almost 30 years ago, Egypt and its population didn't fully recover. Also, the disbanding of Overwatch has left the whole country in humanitarian crisis. As a result, poverty and criminal activity skyrocketed. When Anna saw the state of her home city, she just couldn't stay idle anymore. She resumed her fight for justice as a masked vigilante under the alias Shrike. This way she could make a difference without revealing to the world that she is still alive. Crime boss Abdul Hakim was leading the biggest crime syndicate in Cairo. Government and local police either were paid off by him or just turned a blind eye to their activities altogether. Abdul maintained a strict collaboration with Talon and has tipped off Reaper about the trouble inside Helix Security International and reactivation of Anubis AI. Whatever plans Talon had for Cairo or Anubis, Anna always got in their way, to the point where they placed a hefty bounty on her head. During that time, Soldier 76 also traveled to Cairo in his pursuit of Reaper after the destruction of the Overwatch HQ in Switzerland. Abdul was so desperate that he intentionally positioned himself in one of his palaces to lure Shrike into a trap. Anna was aware of that, so she staked the place out for days from a distance. Soldier, on the other hand, was intrigued by Reaper's voice on the radio and jumped over the fence. After quickly dealing with guards, he got ambushed by Reaper. Devastating shot in the back has sent him straight down to the floor. Lucky for Jack, Anna was watching over him. Quick boost from her rifle has returned Jack back into fighting condition.
You're powered up. Get in there.
Reaper, upon receiving a couple of blows to the head, has relocated to get rid of the shooter above. Anna tried using her sleep darts, but with no success. After a bit of struggle, they both fell down. She used this opportunity to remove Reaper's mask, and got frightened by the sight of his mutilated face. Then he turned into smoke and escaped. Both Anna and Jack were surprised to see each other alive, but ultimately from this point forward they worked together to stop Talon. Jack was about to chase after Reaper, but they heard police sirens in the distance. Also, his injury was slowing him down significantly. Anna took him to her base of operations located in the nearby ruins of Necropolis. She insisted on laying low for some time to let Jack recover, but he wouldn't listen. So she drugged his tea, and that knocked him out for 2 straight days. While we are on the topic of Necropolis, it's worth mentioning that Anna looked after the relics that were there. Later she sent them to archaeologists, Dr. Hamid Faisal, who was stationed in Petra. When Jack woke up, they discussed their past and reminisced over some old photos. Both of them wanted to continue the fight with Talon. However, they disagreed on what they should do next. Anna wanted to just drive them out of Cairo, while Jack was more focused on the threat of the Talon organization as a whole. Finally, they made a deal. First they will capture Abdul Hakim, and afterwards they will specifically go after Reaper. Anna, inspired by Jack's Soldier 76 persona, has come up with a new identity for herself. Her new Bastet persona was all about protecting, in contrast to hunting as Shrike beforehand. With their combined efforts, they have managed to round up all Hakim's associates within a week. Hakim went underground, so the whole thing turned into a waiting game. Anna's experience as a sniper came in handy during long stakeouts. But eventually they managed to capture Hakim. After turning him over to the authorities, their action even caught the attention of local media. Morrison's wound was still giving him trouble, so they were forced to visit Angela Ziegler. She was currently stationed in Cairo to provide medical aid for the civilians caught in the middle of humanitarian crisis. While Angela was treating Jack's wounds, an explosion shook the whole city. It was Reaper and his assault squad, tearing through the Helix security soldiers in an attempt to get into the Temple of Anubis facility. Mercy pulled out her all-Valkyrie suit and helped the civilians caught in the crossfire. Anna and Jack have successfully interrupted Talon's assault on the Anubis facility. After that, they continued their pursuit after Reaper in Europe. Anna has received a transmission from Winston about the Overwatch recall. However, she remained uncertain and ultimately decided to help them from the shadows. To do that, she messaged Cole Cassidy to meet her in a restaurant in Cairo. He suggested that the reformed Overwatch could use an experienced leader like herself, but Anna believed that the new Overwatch is better off without the old-timers. The last thing anyone would want is for the history to repeat itself. Then their conversation was interrupted by a Talon hit squad. Cassidy was surprised to see that Anna wasn't killing Talon troopers, but merely knocking them out. After defeating another wave of enemies, they ran through the city market and hid in Anna's hideout located under one of the shops. Then she revealed the real reason behind contacting Cassidy. Anna, despite not joining the new Overwatch, has decided to help by locating new potential agents. Cassidy's task was to track them down and convince them to join the new Overwatch. A couple days later, Cassidy has located the first candidate using Anna's intel. Farah was working at the Helix Security International and was surprised to see him there. Cassidy, after initially failing to convince her to join, has set up a meeting between Farah and her mother. During their awkward reunion, Anna has mentioned the letters she wrote, but Farah remarked that she is not a child anymore and asked her to say what she means directly to her. But this exchange was cut short by a Talon ambush. Farah has quickly activated her Raptora jetpack and cleared a route for Anna and Cassidy. They run through the city with Farah covering them from the sky. They have led their enemies into the open area surrounding the marina, a risky maneuver for both sides. Farah tried to reach an advantageous position above the Talon troopers, but one of them managed to hit her with a rocket launcher. Farah shrugged off the pain and unleashed a barrage of rockets.
Justice reigns from above!
Effectively wiping out the whole Talon cell. They had more time to talk while Anna treated her wound. She explained that she regrets all the killing in the past, but her biggest regret is steering Farah away from what she wanted. And despite everything that has happened, she is proud to see the woman that her daughter has become. Farah has felt her motherly love and it reminded her of her childhood. But despite that, she quickly distanced herself and replied that she can't take back the harm she has done. They said their goodbyes and Farah flew off into the distance. Farah remained uncertain about joining Overwatch at the time, but as we know, she agreed in the end. So maybe this interaction with her mother was what ultimately changed her mind. And that brings us to the events of the short story Lost Ghosts. Anna teamed up with Morrison once again. They traveled the globe hunting down Talon agents. During their travels, Anna saw a report on Null Sector's attack on Busan. On one of the shots, she noticed Farah and Cassidy finding off the warbots. Even though the humanity was once again threatened by a global Omnic uprising, Anna took some comfort in seeing her find alongside Overwatch. Morrison received word about an informant who supposedly has some important intel about the real reason behind the fall of Overwatch. Anna and Jack arrived in Zurich, only to find the city devastated by the Null Sector warbots. The intel couldn't risk being transmitted, so to acquire it they had to reach a drop point. On their way there, Anna saved a red-haired woman surrounded by warbots in an alley, dispatching them one by one from a distance. Having reached the mausoleum, Jack started looking for the data drive containing the promised intel. Anna noticed a stray group of rogue Omnics in the distance and decided to open fire while she still had the element of surprise. A firefight broke out. Just about when the last shots were fired, Anna heard Jack's scream. She rushed over to him and treated his wound. Despite his enhanced healing abilities, they had to wait longer than expected for the injury to heal. This was a reminder that they are not young and strong like they used to. Morrison was unwilling to share what was on the data drive and kept Anna in the dark about his further plans. After that, they reached the Zurich suburbs to investigate the first target from the list. The target was inside a modern-looking house. After scouting out the area, Anna assumed the sniper position on the nearby roof, while Jack infiltrated the building. While watching over him, Anna spotted a dozen Talon troopers breaking into the house from the opposite side. Both sides opened fire. Then Anna noticed a woman with a child on the top floor. She recognized her old friend from Overwatch, Agent Miranda. She was in the squad that Anna looked over during the anti-Talon operation in Poland. After taking out a few Talon troopers, she rushed into the house to help. Anna and Mirembe defended their position upstairs, while Jack managed to wipe out all hostiles on the ground floor. With the fight over, they talked about the past and why Mirembe didn't answer the Overwatch recall. After Mirembe's departure, Anna pressed Jack to come clean with the information he was withholding. He finally revealed that the drive contained all Talon's project files. One of the files contained a list of ex-Overwatch agents that was acquired 2 years ago during the attack on Watchpoint Gibraltar. Talon have been tracking down and killing these agents ever since. Anna was aware of this rumor, but now she was shocked to see some familiar names already crossed off on that list. She suggested that they should join the reformed Overwatch, but Morrison refused. He was more interested in keeping a low profile and continuing his war against Talon. They parted ways, and Anna set out to protect the people on the Talon's assassination list. Now let's take a look at some of Anna's interactions.
I'll be watching your back out there, Fariha.
Then I have nothing to worry about. I always dreamed of the day we would fight together.
Wanting a better life for you was all I ever dreamed of.
Mom, I know why you didn't want me to join Overwatch, but it's still what I want.
I didn't want that life for you, but I know that it's your decision, and I will support it. So you're going with Cole, joining Overwatch.
Isn't that what you want?
What I want never should have mattered to begin with.
You're still hiding. When are you coming back for good?
I'm trying, Fariha. Please be patient with me.
I've been patient for years. What's a little while longer? Mom, don't you think it's time that you told Sam you're alive?
You let me worry about what your father needs to know.
Justice reigns from a...
I think justice could use a little nap.
Anna finally realized that she had to stop deciding about everything for her daughter. It's nice to see that they have finally reconciled with each other.
You were once a legend. But what are you now? Just a shell of a woman.
I take it you don't want my autograph then. Gerard was a fool to love someone like you.
You don't know anything about him.
It seems I was wrong about you, Amelie.
I thought you'd have gotten used to that feeling by now.
I heard Talon failed another mission. Going soft?
Do not speak to me unless you wish to lose your other eye.
I'd still be the better shot. One shot, one kill.
Despite the passage of time, their rivalry still goes on.
For a man of your years, you're looking pretty good, Jack.
Well, all that stuff they pumped into me has to be good for something.
What are you going to do when the fighting's over, Jack?
I'm a soldier, Anna. Retirement doesn't suit me. Anna, we all thought you were dead. Why didn't you tell me?
You, of all people, are going to ask me that? Seems like neither of us like being dead very much.
Old soldiers are hard to kill. Admit it, Anna. This is better than retirement.
You haven't been to Kauai, have you?
I feel a lot better having you watch my back.
We all need someone we can trust, Jack.
You know, I still owe you for saving my life that one time.
That one time? You mean Egypt? Or the time in Russia? Or Brazil? You can't take Talon down by yourself, Jack.
Maybe not, but then I've always liked being the underdog.
You need to stop, Jack. This crusade is getting out of hand.
How many times have you told me that?
How many times have I been wrong?
Remember the Vykovsky kingpins? 300 meters downrange. You fired once, they both fell. Beautiful.
That's not the word I would choose. Jack, we're adults. You don't have to sleep outside.
I'm fine where I am. You always have my back.
Keep doing that, and I always will.
Both of them survived the fall of Overwatch, to later pretend to be dead and fight for justice with a mask on their face. However, Anna made peace with her past mistakes, while Jack is still chasing after the truth behind the fall of Overwatch.
Guess you're going back on my list, Anna.
What happened to you, Gabriel?
I shouldn't be surprised you took his side.
You never gave me much choice.
Just like old times.
Right. Except for the part where you became a homicidal murderer.
Tell Jack to stop chasing me.
I have. He wouldn't listen.
Isn't that just like him?
I don't even know you anymore.
Even though Anna has to fight with her old friend Gabriel, it feels as if she still sees some good in him.
Reinhard, I must say you're looking quite well. This life must agree with you.
And you are looking as lovely as ever. Anna, how can this be? I thought you were dead.
I'm sorry, Reinhard. After everything that happened, I needed time.
Just like old times, hey Anna?
Reinhard, things may change, but you never do. This is just like old times, Reinhard.
The old timers must stick together. Teach these kids a thing or two.
Reinhard, how have you been?
Terrible. Every moment without you watching over me has been agony.
You're so dramatic, you. You answered Winston's recall, even after all you went through.
If I am called and I do not answer, what is left, Anna?
You are left, Reinhard, and that is nothing to scoff at.
Anna, what has been going on in Egypt? It sounds serious.
Just a few ghosts I'm laying to rest. It's nothing to worry about.
I always worry, Anna. But I trust you are doing what is right.
Oh, Gibraltar, where has the time gone?
Do you remember that night? Dancing in the command center until dawn.
We were foolish, weren't we?
Perhaps we still are. Anna, when we work together, we are unstoppable!
You don't have to shout, Reinhard. I'm right here.
They get along pretty well, even after all these years. I would argue that their relationship is as close, if not closer, than the one she has with Jack Morrison.
Anna, they all thought you were dead.
Well, I had to come back. I was worried you'd get bored, not being able to stick your nose in my business.
Retirement looks good on you, Anna.
Aren't we too old for flattery?
We're still alive and kicking.
Still young at heart, I see.
Aging does not affect Torbjorn, mentally at least.
Is Fariha getting enough rest between missions?
Anna, your daughter is more than capable of caring for herself.
She never napped when she was little. She was cranky all the time.
Mom, everyone can hear you.
You know, Anna, there are procedures we could look into to repair your eye.
You're very kind. But I'm comfortable with who I am now. It's a good reminder.
Anna, I don't approve of what you've done with my biotic technology.
I'm sorry you feel that way, but it suits my purposes now.
Not everyone knows this, but Anna's biotic rifle was created by combining Torgro's engineering skills and Mercy's biotic technology.
It's an honor fighting by your side, ma'am.
Oh, you always were a charmer.
You know, I haven't had any real competition at the range lately.
There are plenty of moving targets on the battlefield.
I'll take that as a no.
Staying out of trouble, Genji?
On my best behavior, Captain.
You're hard to keep a scope on, Genji. Always so unpredictable.
Oh, I'm sorry?
Don't be. It keeps me sharp. I never knew you to be a show-off, Genji.
Only a fool wastes an opportunity.
Anna Amari, I hate to see your talents wasted.
That's the story of my life.
You were truly fearsome in your prime.
I wanted respect, not fear.
Even past your prime, you are more lethal than ever.
Some people improve with age. Others never quite learn to keep their mouths shut.
I guess it's a good thing that Anna didn't join Talon.
Aren't you a relic? A siege automaton E-54. Your kind left a grave wound on this world. Come to think of it, I suppose we aren't so different.
I studied you in school. They said you were the best sniper in the world.
I'm sure some would disagree.
Like the sniper who shot out your eye?
She doesn't count.
Have you heard the reports? A mass vigilante has been running rampant in Cairo.
Well, let's hope they're swiftly dealt with.
This is a reminder that even most of the playable characters don't know about Anna's masked vigilantism.
I'm a little surprised we both went the vigilante route.
What can I say? We've got good sense.
They both became masked vigilantes after the fall of Overwatch, but who do you think did it better?
Why did you abandon the assassin's art?
I never was an assassin. I killed only because it was necessary. I know that look. Mending an old wound?
I wronged someone dear to me. The path to redemption is trying.
It's not pleasant, but you'll see it was worth it in the end.
I hope so. I never asked my father his opinion of me. Now he is beyond my reach.
I'm sure he was proud, even if he never said it.
How would you know?
Trust me, I know.
Stay out of trouble, Nana.
As long as you get into plenty.
Yes, ma'am.
They are talking as if they are already met before. It's not unreasonable to assume that they have run into each other when Anna passed through Junkertown.
He says, if you have many aliases, why call yourself Anna?
These days, being myself is exciting enough. I happened upon some artifacts in an old necropolis. Would you care to look after them?
Would I?
I should warn you, they might be cursed.
Ah, even better. That's a mask of Bastet. Judging by the brushwork, I guess it's over 3,000 years old. And you're wearing it into battle?
Is there a problem?
Anna, I am so jealous.
Does it bother you that you've taken as many lives as you've saved?
I don't mind killing monsters. But go on. Keep pushing me.
Yet another stretch of cloudless skies and idyllic ocean views. Wonderful.
Oh, of course you would hate the beach.
How are you liking Samoa, Anna?
It'd be better in different company.
Oh, I see. You think we ought to ditch these other losers and get a glass of Vaifala?
Ah, you're buying first round.
Anna, may I still call you Captain?
Oh, Winston, that was a long time ago.
You'll always be Captain in my heart.
How far is it to Malibu? The city of love. When was my last trip to Copacabana? Too long ago. I could be sunning in Lagos right now. And where am I instead? These people moved past the crisis so quickly. I envy that. Let's hurry this along. There's a beaching treat with my name on it. I hate to work on vacation. Reinhardt, why don't you give it a try? I never thought I'd see this place again. I shouldn't overstay my welcome. I'm probably still on the watch list here. It feels good to be home.
Now let's talk about trivia. The Eye of Horus tattoo that both Anna and Farah have is a nice callback to Egyptian mythology. Horus was a god of kingship, healing, protection, the sun and the sky, so that just fits these two characters perfectly. Anna's story also draws some parallels to the story of Horus. Both of them have lost their eye in the battle against their greatest rival, who used to be their friend. Anna uses her remaining eye while looking through the scope on her rifle. However, that does not change even if you equip a skin where she is younger and still has both of her eyes. Anna's Shrike and Bastet personas have symbolism behind them. Shrike, despite looking inconspicuous, is capable of hunting considerable prey, and is associated with precision, focus and adaptability. Bastet, on the other hand, is inspired by an Egyptian goddess of protection and good health. And here's some stuff about Anna's secret hideout in the ruins of Necropolis. Teapot here, along with one of her emotes, indicate that she's a tea drinker. On the table we can see how Anna prepares her biotic grenades. And here she maintains her sniper rifle. On the roof there is surveillance gear, aimed at the Temple of Anubis. The computer displays footage from the attack on the Volskaya Industries. However, it belongs to Soldier 76, whose bed can be found in the other room. On top of Anna's bed we can see her sleep dart launcher along with a hologram of young Farah, which is also featured in one of her emotes. And of course some photos with her old friends from Overwatch. During the Null Sector invasion we could have seen many designs of Omnic killing machines. A7000 War God was created to imitate Anna's efficiency as a sniper. This model originally was supposed to replicate her consciousness, but judging by glitchy voice lines it didn't work. Here are some of them.
A7000 War God online. Standing by. Beware the Eye of Horus. I'm here, Fariha. This place. I know this place.
Justice reigns from above.
Fariha? Why? Who are you? My daughter. Reinhardt, what happened? Jack? Jack! I remember you.
In the Mirrorwatch universe, Anna joined Talon and still has both of her eyes, so maybe the duel with Amélie Lacroix has never happened there. And instead of Widowmaker betraying Gerard, Anna has betrayed her partner Sam and presumably killed him. Here are some of the unique Mirrorwatch voice lines.
No surrender, no survivors. Mind yourself, Reinhardt. You're still of use to me. Know your place.
Wait until Gerard hears of this. You betrayed Sam. For what? What have you become, Amari?
Anna was the first hero added to the game after the launch of Overwatch 1. In the weeks leading up to her reveal, a file about Shrike was added to the Temple of Anubis map. It was on the table in the Sandcrawler, but they later removed it from the game. I don't even know why. 2 months before the world premiere of Overwatch 1, GameSpot has released a documentary about the creation process behind the game. On the second shot we can see one of the developers already working on Anna's scope, and here we could see Anna's early model on the select screen. So to summarize, Anna was directly involved in the main storyline of the Overwatch lore. She was there from the beginning and served Overwatch until she got shot in the head. That caused her to reevaluate things in her life and gave her some actual character development. Even though she later refused to take part in any major conflicts, she still fought for justice from the shadows. Therefore, I think Anna is one of the most fleshed out characters in Overwatch lore. And say what you want, but the concept of a badass sniper grandpa is awesome. You being here so far into the video clearly shows that you care about Overwatch lore, or maybe you just fell asleep. Either way, the stories depicted here are significantly simplified for the sake of accessibility and the already long runtime of the video, so I strongly encourage you to read some of the short stories yourself. For example, Lost Ghosts contains more details about Anna's relationship with Farah during the Omnic Crisis. Thanks for making it to the end. As you can see, we are experimenting with longer videos. Let us know in the comments if you like in-depth videos like this one. Or maybe was this too much? Also, if you have any fun facts about Anna, make sure to leave them in the comments. Alright, see you in the next one. Shitters. Raz.